It's Tim Albright with AVNation at ISE 2026 in the Utelogy stand. With my buddy Jonathan. How are you, sir?
I'm good. We've had a great week. Busy, really busy week. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
That has been the story. It really has. And we're taping this on Thursday, so we have no idea what the numbers are.
Yeah.
But busy is certainly a good sign. You guys, I've known you guys for a very long time. But every year I come talk to you because every year you have something new, right? This year we're talking about a couple of things. Number one, you have started moving things into the cloud.
Absolutely.
Right? So now we're talking about configuration in the cloud. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, it is the latest part of our cloud innovation. And, you know, one of the things that we're seeing is that people are wanting to onboard multiple rooms, multiple thousands of rooms. And to be able to do that from the cloud without having to manually do it on site is really important. You know, a lot of our customers are global. They're putting multiple thousands of rooms in, and it's not just the onboarding, it's the ongoing maintenance of those rooms.
Yeah.
So having cloud access is really where it's at for us. So a really important feature and something that's been really well received by our existing customers and the people that we're introducing to the platform. You know, the cloud is the buzzword, and
it is.
And people are seeing that. You know, we're a bit hybrid because we still have a on-prem data collector, but taking it away from the need to be in the space and doing it from wherever. You know, we're talking to global organizations that have got global help desks and global NOCs, so being able to do this from anywhere is critical.
You mentioned data collection. We're standing in front of your dashboards.
Yeah.
One of the things I found interesting is you guys are able to take that data, that dashboard, and connect it to something called Microsoft Power BI. If you're not familiar with what Power BI is, it is a data analyzer and you can do reports with it. That is as much as you're getting from Tim. That's how much I know.
Yeah.
However, why is that important?
Well, we're getting huge amounts of data, and we deliver standard dashboards to our customers that give, you know, the vital signs for their system, which is the stuff that they need every day. But because we've got this huge amount of data, historical data, it means our customers can then slice and dice that in a way that's important to them. And it may be that they want to look at something like room occupancy versus bookings and deliver some reports to their facilities people. So from our point of view, there's a lot of stakeholders in an organization that can use this data. The point of entry is always around break fix and AV, and is it on, is it off, is it dead, is it alive? And that data is important as well, because you can do a retrospective on how your systems are performing. But there may be different ways that people want to see that. What are the best performing products? What are the products that are giving them the most problems? What about utilization of products? We want to imagine what our next generation of meeting rooms looks like, but with no data that becomes difficult. To go and look at how a product's used over the last 12 months will help you to determine what your next generation of rooms looks like. At the moment, it's just, we'll just make a brighter, shinier version of the one we had last time. So all of this data is important for lots of reasons. And I say, point of entry is always break fix, but all of a sudden, with this huge amount of data, people realize there's so much more they can do, and it becomes really powerful.
Last thing here is, you and I both know, and we read with reports, we hear folks, there is certainly a move to return to office.
Sure.
One of the pushbacks on that, though, is the office experience isn't that great. How has Utelogy come to the table and said, this is how we can help?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the case. I think people's experience at home is much more improved or better than it is in the office. And if you're driving people back to the office, then it's got to be a great experience. Yeah. And you know, for us, the C-level people are driving this, and I think there's a perception that it's technology, so it's managed. And most people's, or many people's, isn't managed. So, you know, we've got to turn that reactive service management into something that's proactive, so when people get to these spaces, they're working as they would expect them to work. And that's really driving the adoption of our system. And, you know, we've got large global organizations who, you know, their edict is that their staff come back to the office, but they've got no visibility. And I think there's a degree of embarrassment sometimes, because how can you deliver any kind of service level with no visibility? Yeah. So I think there's almost a little bit of a gold rush to say, what is it we can do? How quickly can we do it? And how do we ensure that we're giving people a great experience? Because that's what it's about. And you know, we've seen the experiential things change in recent years, which is great, because it always used to be about the tech. and it is about experience. But without visibility and a platform to manage and to monitor and to improve, then you've got no chance of success. So that's a critical thing for us.
All right, Jonathan, how does somebody find out more about Utelogy?
You can come and visit us at our stand, 2W800, or you can go to www.utelogy.com.
All right, Jonathan from Utelogy. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv, that's avnation.tv, and find more videos from the show floor of ISE 2026. All that and more at avnation.tv, avnation.tv.